Good morning, good morning, do 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 do. Good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome to a daily dose of joy. We are going to dose our brains on the fly all throughout our day. And we're starting off by doing it together. You and me. Got it going on with our microdosing today. And let's see. Yes, we're going to use the Woopsie Daisy tool today. I actually already had a big laugh. I came on camera and I put, this is so funny because the Woopsie Daisy stories are going to be about makeup. And so I don't wear lipstick, but I wear this super yummy lip glossy stuff that I love. But I did something and was laughing and my hair was stuck to my lips and I'm talking like that. And at first I didn't turn the camera off. I'm like, well, whoopsie daisy. But then my brain is so primed. Oh, no. I still got hair in my mouth. My brain is so primed when things wobble to start laughing that I was talking about it being a whoopsie daisy, but I was laughing so hard I couldn't talk. Oh, that was really funny. So this is take two, because I try really hard not to do take twos because I think it's sort of living in the moment. It makes it doable, but it also models that like it's not about doing any of this perfect. It's being authentic and showing up, being myself, and when things go wrong, laughing it off and rolling with it. But it got just a little too hairy. So we're going to use the Woopsie Daisy tool today. For anybody who's new to it, it's telling stories. It's storytelling. It engages the hippocampus, the memory center of the brain, with retrieval. It's cool if you retell the same story a lot. That's just fine. A Woopsie Daisy story is a funny story. It is training our brain to refocus, choose our point of focus, and find the humor. In situations that in the past, with a brain dosed for fight or flight, you'd be angry or irritated or frustrated or afraid, to instead, when life brings you a wobble, a disappointment, a discomfort, that there's a built-in capacity to find the joy. It's also a way to connect with each other with storytelling. It's also a great social lubricant when you're stepping out into the world to carry in your pocket one or two funny stories to share. It can help you feel more comfortable in a situation, or if you're wanting to elevate the group and be in an elevated communication, you can tell a humorous story and kind of set that tone. If you're in a community that may have more of a negativity bias and they kind of, you feel the momentum rolling with a lot of, in it. And it's like, oh, let's drop this in and see what happens. So, and feel free to use any of mine. And this morning, the first Whoopsie Daisy story I'm going to tell y'all is using one of my friends. So I'm going to try and do two stories on makeup. I've thought of the first one. I think the second one usually will just bubble up because I'm full of Whoopsie Daisy opportunities. So the first one, my friend goes to a makeup party. So it's a makeup artist who's hosting sort of I'll do your makeup and give you a little taste of who she is as a makeup artist. And it's, situated as a party. And so she goes with another friend of hers and they have their makeup done. And this friend likes makeup, likes to wear makeup. And, so she gets in there and she's blonde. And she said, I smelled trouble when I watched her pick up this dark brown eyebrow pencil and then spend quite a lot of time coloring my eyes in. So not only is it dark brown, but there's a lot of it going on. And so she still hasn't seen what's going on yet. Then the woman asks, do you want your real lips or do you want like fuller lips? And she's like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Sure, make them fuller. And so she drew, which is a makeup technique done well by, I'm sure it's fantastic, but drew lips outside of her lips and then filled it in. And so this also took quite a while. And she's starting to feel cakey and funny. And And so when she's done, this blonde, fair, tannish, but pretty fair, blue-eyed woman looks like she's got, deep Middle Eastern eyebrows on her head. It's like a mixed match, right? That is gorgeous on this Mediterranean dark beauty, but it looked kind of funny on her. And she was like moving these caterpillars around on her head when she was talking. And then her lips looked like she'd been making out with a vacuum cleaner. And they were just... And she sent me a picture. And at first I was like, how do I respond to this? It was so funny. So of course I responded with the joy and the humor that was in it. But her story gets better. So she's like, well, hey, we're all dolled up like this. Don't want to just go home and spread it on our pillowcase. So she and her friend go downtown. And she said as they were walking down to the restaurant, walking on the downtown streets, that they looked like two little girls that had been playing in their mom's closet, dressed up in mom's heels and makeup, and that they just looked sort of, oh, here we go. And that it was so obvious when you looked at them, even though they are very different complexions and hair colors, but they looked clearly like they had been made up by the same person because everything was sort of the same. Then they get into the restaurant and she wipes her forehead, just a natural motion. And suddenly it feels really different. And so she has to ask her friend, I think I just moved my eyebrow into my hair. Can you take a look and tell me what's going on? But the friends, they both had on fake eyelashes. The eyelashes, it was a dim restaurant. And between the dim restaurant and the eyelashes, the friend is leaning over the table and can't quite make out what's going on. And she just realized that they were both leaving makeup on their napkins. It was just everywhere. And she was thinking, what if I went out into the world like this? It was she's like, it doesn't, stay in place. It was adjusting form and shape. She finally went to the bathroom and she said that she had wiped, it was there was a bullseye in one eye where she had wiped all the makeup completely off. There was a dead zone. And from eating, I imagine that her lips were now back to her regular lips, but then there was the lipstick color around them. It was an entertaining affair. And when she told me, they called specially to tell me this Whoopsie Daisy story, I laughed so hard. I said it was worth every bit of going to that makeup party to have this giant laugh fest. Okay, so let's see. What other Whoopsie Daisy makeup stories? I mean, fake eyelashes they're a great one. I remember being in high school, and that was at a time when people were doing press-on nails and press-on eyelashes. Good stuff, right? And I remember the glue from my press-on nail, the glue for the eyelash got stuck together. I did the nails and then I went to try and do the eyes, and now the fake nail is stuck to the fake eyelash. I never did it enough to be very good at it. And the one that came loose more easily was the nail. And so then I had this eyelash with this pink nail flipping around on it. And I was with my best friend, and she was just like, oh, this is great. So she stuck one on the other side. This sparkle eye thing going. Oh, yeah. My beauty treatments with friends tend to go in unusual directions and tend to be quite fun that way. And then there was the time that it was when Sun In came out, and my hair goes pretty blonde or light colored. I mean, I'm definitely not a blonde, so it doesn't get too blonde, but it can get pretty blonde in the summer. So I thought, well, I just use the Sun In and I'll turn my hair blonde. And so it was then I was like, oh, maybe this isn't working enough, so I'll put some lemon juice on it. By the end of the day, my blonde friend who was doing the same thing was lovely, beachy blonde. I was like Ronald McDonald hair. And my poor mom would come in at the end of the day. And I'm like, Mom, help. She had to become an amateur stylist to try and figure out how to get my hair back to brown. From a very, very lovely, crunchy, fried Ronald McDonald sort of look. Oh, I mean, they just go on and on. Some other time I'll have to do one on hair, and I'll tell you the perm stories from my youth. Oh God, those are fun. The home perms with my friends and our moms. Oh, I hope this has sparked some of your own whoopsie daisy stories. Maybe for you guys, you know, when you were learning to shave. Oh, we could do a whole whoopsie daisy series on learning to shave. I definitely got this from the first time I shaved my legs. Whew, funny stuff. Well, let's take 3 solidarity breaths to celebrate that we are choosing to laugh, choosing to follow a bias of joy, and dosing our brains with positive neurotransmitters to optimize our chances at that. All right. I enjoy being here with y'all. May today surprise and delight us. And let's do this again tomorrow. See you then. Bye.